Ghost. If you have that, you could be in for a world of hurt because True Neutral absolutely are a team that thrives on chaos. And they're going to be able to create a lot of it against G2, especially if G2 continues to make some mistakes or still continue to overcommit a little too hard and give up extra space.
True Neutral, a team characterized by speed, will be in the blue. G2 in the orange here. A best of 7 to face off against NRG in the finals of regional number 2, our Haunted Hallows Cup. Here's Shad with control, looking for the dribble. JNaps in Chicago take it to this corner now. They'll get it past the front line defender, the front line offense there from True Neutral. Now onto the backboard. Here's Shad with one more opportunity up against JNaps. Tries to get him on the 50, but loses the challenge.
Felt a little weird there from Shad. I think he wanted a different touch. Got a little bit too far away from him. Tough ask as well on defense here, and he is going to close out Dries on the goal line. Great save, and True Neutral starting off well here in game 1. Definitely putting the pressure to G2 early.
Ooh. Oh.
There's the demo to keep it going, but thankfully Chicago there to find a clear.
AJG with one stop and now to turn on it. He's got 2 defenders in front of him. Going to keep it soft. Look at the options he kept open for himself, but gets shut down at the point of contact. Well read by the defense. Shad now with a loft in the midfield. JNaps will receive, and Raise Bull gets the ball before Dries could collapse on it. Now AJG to Shad. True Neutral in the corner. 3 defenders for G2, and the pitch goes G2's way. The whole length of the field, Raise Bull has to get up and clear it to the other side.
I mean, the fact that Raise Bull knew that ball was headed up instantly is an impressive ability. I mean, that generally tends to be a guessing game for a lot of people. AJG with a flip reset down to Raise Bull, and they're going to open up the scoring. What execution.
Man, AJG's got a full tank of boost here, and he's got so much control. He can do so many things with this, and the pass is beautiful. He got double challenged on the pass, and neither of them touched the ball.
The ability to get that flip reset so late into the air dribble, it's a very powerful tool, because if the defense sees you not initially get one, they don't really tend to hesitate. But why is it still open? I'm trying to think of what happened to Raise Bull there in the corner on the kickoff. He definitely heads out there to the right.
He cheated up.
He took it, yeah, well, he crept up forward, and then he took his ball cam off right as his teammate was getting demoed, so I don't think he even knew that one was headed offline. His flip back into the corner was also offline, and so he cut back to the corner to go and get the boost, and just the perfect comedy of errors as JNaps going to make the save off the kickoff.
It looked like they might get it right back, but JNaps able to react in time. And here comes Shad, the other player who was going for boost on kickoff on that last kickoff. You know, we're not really sure where he was. I think he might have gotten tangled up with another player. Here's Raise Bull on the outside. Empty backboard. Misses it, but it comes into a fake for Shad. Wow, look at him go.
JNaps, not a lot of respect there in the midfield. I mean, he got caught playing way too aggressive there, not realizing that they were about to make a passing play up to the sidewall, and they just let True Neutral go through the midfield line completely for free. And then, of course, you add that in with the threat of the double tap, keeping the defense grounded. And then when it stays up high, they can come in and put it in the top of the net.
This was all empty net. Oh, so close. Raise Bull trying to pick up the pass from AJG as he retreated out. And we saw G2 versus Ghost yesterday drop 2 games in pretty ugly fashion due to defensive mistakes.
Yeah.
They'll need to correct that defensive situation earlier here against a team as good as True Neutral, but look at the midfield play here.
You got to score this, right? But AJG's too fast on the back line, and they might score. Shad, can you put it to your teammate? Great defense by Reed. But, scary one here for G2. You still got a lot of time, but you kind of have to start second-guessing the speed with which and the accuracy of True Neutral and how they're approaching the game right now, because they really are preventing G2 from ever getting that counterattack started.
G2 out of their corner with 1:50 on the clock in game number 1. Dree's going to try and challenge, but has to hit his brakes and back off. It's just so clear True Neutral's getting to the ball first. Now Chicago out of his corner to the sky with nobody around him, but low on boost and not able to get his car underneath it for a flip reset. He'll back off. Raise Bull and Shad will pick up the ball in their corner and boom it long ways down the field. Chicago putting one on target. AJG picks it up in the front of the box and clears it away. And now Raise Bull up to AJG. He's got Shad in the midfield. Looks for the pass.
Oh, man.
Takes it to the sky. Gets 2 defenders up for it. They'll get it neutralized, but G2 now needing to dribble out of their half. Dries gets to pass the front line. AJG quickly turning on this, and now with a half flip on the challenge. to try and take control. Chicago covers him up quickly. JNaps with a shot to the far post. Shad and Raisebowl both bite, and Drees isn't able to make a follow-up touch. Counterattack inbound from True Neutral.
And Drees deciding he was never going to be able to get all the way around the ball and would rather just tip it out to the corner, steal the boost, and see if they can make something happen that way around. But no luck here for G2 yet. And Raisebowl continuing to be a problem. Chicago doing his best to get things going the right way late in the game.
A neutral challenge. It's Drees and Raisebowl going head-to-head. Shad now to the sky. Low on boost, but chasing it down. Onto the backboard. Pinches out to AJG and now into the box. JNaps with the upfield pass intercepted though. True Neutral covering up the passing lanes. Shad airborne for this. Puts it back towards the box and Chicago booms it to the corner. 20 seconds left. 1 goal game. There's Raisebowl to the outside. Holding on to it. Trying to get it back to AJG, but no. G2 now inbound. Looking for the equalizer. In the final 10 seconds, the pass down to Drees. Well placed off the crossbar. No, just a little bit high. 5 seconds left on the clock. AJG going to take away any chance at control. Push it into the corner. Last attempt. Drees trying to push it down, but no, the soft touch, and True Neutral will take game 1.
It was really G2 trying to take a page out of True Neutral's book there to close out regulation. I mean, that pass down to Chicago, the aggressiveness with which he charged that ball, and that's what finally beat True Neutral. You really had to just go out and dive at something and get aggressive and go take a ball away from the defense. And try as they might, Drees unfortunately just couldn't fit it under the crossbar, but that's a great first showing from True Neutral. Definitely not cowed by the aggressiveness of G2 and showing that, yeah, there's some adjustments that are going to have to be made from G2. You already know they're going to be diving. So can you afford to take a back seat, play a little bit deeper, and oh my gosh, you're a snowman.
Hello. How are you guys? Are you a master of the wizardly arts?
Yes. Well read from you. And I have to say your hat's fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you.
But going into game 2, you have to be scared if you're G2 because generally when you know that they're going to be so aggressive, you kind of have to take a deeper approach and try and just capitalize on the follow-through touch of True Neutral. And if you give them extra space, you kind of flirt with fire, but you'll be in a much more stable position defensively.
Well, we'll see how they adjust here in game number 2. Shad picking up on the dribble to the side. Nice loft, but JNaps easily picks this up. And AJG will neutralize his control in the air. Raisebowl, round 1, onto the backboard. And Chicago not able to get there, but JNaps calls him off from the corner. Now Shad over 1 to the outside. Raisebowl puts this high. JNaps will pick it up to Drees and play it to the corner. True Neutral with a decent amount of positional control on the field, but able to really get any meaningful shots there here in the first minute. Now G2 looking for opportunities on offense, but struggling to keep the ball in the back third of G2, or of True Neutral, excuse me. They are G2. Here's Shad trying to advance again. True Neutral coming back into enemy territory. Now Chicago through the sky with AJG. A nice setup, and Raisebowl's got the save, but it's going to need some help. It bounces off the post and back down. AJG with the block on 1, but Raisebowl can't get there in time. G2 will have the lead.
You love Chicago just diving in that ball, racing AJG and JNaps. Great approach on your challenge, making sure not to let them squeeze that one out to the corner. Just get the big part of the car back behind it. Thankfully, it takes a favorable roll out to the right and in towards the net, but there's going to be a lot of expectation here for Chicago and JNaps. And Drees probably more often than not going to have to be a put-away guy because it's going to be a lot of pressure. JNap's a great defender. And Chicago, of course, will be trying to race everyone to a bunch of challenges.
Raisebowl was in a wonderful spot to receive a pass. G2 pushing more pressure down. Now Shad with the clear straight down the midfield line. Drees will turn on it, try to connect with Chicago. What a pass placement. And Chicago drops it right back to Drees. Chicago out of boost. We'll have to move into the third man. JNaps moves up to help with the play. Now Raisebowl back down to Shad. Outside motion. Drees with Chicago to work with in the midfield. Can he get the separation off the back wall? Just puts it across the box. JNaps is up for it. Wow. Off the post and in. JNaps scores another one.
True Neutral a little sluggish here on defense. I mean, this ball just kind of hovers here going across net, and Raisebowl, he might have lost track of JNaps or just wasn't in position. He didn't have any boost, so he was kind of just playing near post as that ball rolled down in case they just tried to go straight at him, and takes that surprise skip. Not really much you can do about it.
Here comes G2. After dropping game 1 and allowing some stylish goals from True Neutral, they have been perfect here in game 2. Chicago past 1, looking into the back line. It'll be Raise Bull on the back, and he'll get it to the corner. JNAP's pressuring. Struggling to gain control of the ball, hasn't to do a lap around it, but then just takes to the sky with it, tries for the flip reset. Raise Bull takes the ball away before anything else can materialize, and it'll be Drees out of the midfield. Called off by Chicago. Chicago says, hey, I got more boost. Let me go for this one. Off the backboard, nearly double taps it. AJG breaks him up.
And now you actually have a chance to transition as well. That's an awkward ball. You got to score at AJG, and it's going to squeeze through both players, Chicago and JNAP's trying to figure out where AJG was going.
It's JNAP's loses the challenge. Drees flies across the goal and is out of the play. So it's the diving save that is the only possible out there for G2. And well placed here. True Neutral gets on board.
If AJG tries to hit that as hard as he can, that ball gets saved. I don't know how he managed to shoot it slow and keep it to the right side of the net. Drees going to take one back on the kickoff, though. Set up by JNAP's.
Look at the finesse here. JNAP's out of this corner, picks up the boost, and then that loft just perfectly spaced here. And Drees with the drop. Raisebolt nearly's got the read on it, but those jackhammer saves where you're falling off the backboard, so difficult. You have to commit to one spot. You can't keep reading after you lose contact. And they'll drop another one. Back to a 2-goal margin here.
Ooh, critical challenge there from Drees, actually. It's going to waste a lot of time over here on this blue half, and G2 has certainly done an excellent job. They've definitely upped the pace to match or exceed True Neutral in a lot of situations.
Oh, wow.
And, that's a tough one. JNAP's believes Drees, and he gets caught jumping and can't make the recovery effort with the miss.
That's a rough miss there from Drees, and Raise Bull happy to put it on target. Not exactly the fastest of shots. The timer, or the speed there on a replay, a little bit of a lie, given that it came off of JNAP's hood. But just a soft touch that just completely hung JNAP's out to dry and goal. Back to a 1-goal situation. True Neutral winning game 1 and now threatening to revive game 2.
Oh, and a clear.
AJG up, and Racebull picks up the midfield boost. But JNAP's to the ball first. Bullshad and Racebull fall back. Drees to the corner. The ball will chase. Shad with a save out of his net. To the side, it'll be AJG. Playing into the midfield here, and Drees now picking up on the dribble. He's got Raise Bull in this corner, harassing him. Struggling to gain control. JNAP's demolished in enemy territory. And Chicago, empty backfield, but that's going to have them spawning back in time. AJG, oh man, they had 2 passing options. They tried to use them both. The respawns will come through.
Oh, what a recovery.
Look at that. Oh, he picks up the boost too. Neutral challenge. Can Raise Bull get in the air fast enough? No, Chicago. Back down to the outside. JNAP's.
Have to love. Just maximum effort at whatever the heck is about to happen on pitch that True Neutral give the play. It's truly astounding to just see full bore for everything.
Love the flip reset. Shad off the wall. Raise Bull falls back for his boost. And this allows the ball just to move fully onto his backboard. Flip resets in the midfield, and AJG will pick it up and eliminates 2 players, but Drees has the ball all to himself in the corner and clears it the entire length of the field. 10 seconds left. AJG pass back to Raise Bull. Up to Shad. It's just wide. They need more. 4 seconds. Chicago. He wants to burn this into the ground. It's across the field. JNAP's actually lofts it. Raise Bull's going to go for it, and Shad trying, thinking about where he goes. AJG owns it. Oh, Drees off the backboard, slams the door on him, and G2 equalizes the series.
Oh my gosh, G2 was trying to give him that game. I mean, how in the world did they even make that save? I think it was AJG who made that save at like 3 seconds left, and all of G2 was thinking, cool, it's a free goal. They were on autopilot just driving forward, and then boom, back the other way, and that would have been a real bad way to go to OT, let me tell you.
Man, what a crazy one there. As True Neutral does, they rally back at the last moments, but not able to put it fully in. And you got to love it. Big props to Drees, though, on the shot. Despite the failures there from G2, in the final minutes, it was Drees' save off the backboard that kept them out and gave them the win there in game 2.
Yeah, and you have to give a lot of credit to Chicago and JNaps and Drees collectively. I mean, that challenge game took a big level up from game 1 to game 2, so definitely have to keep that going moving into game 3, of course. In True Neutral, honestly, I really don't think they should change anything. They have a particular brand of Rocket League that they like to play, and, you know, whether it works or not is truly dependent on what their opposition does.
Well, tied up, 1 game apiece. How does either of these teams react, and really the weight being on True Neutral in this situation, given the loss in game 2? Shad to raise bull. Nice placement. Chicago gets it away. Across the field, Raise Bull's going to think about it, but he's out of momentum and probably low on boost, and not sure should I rotate or not? I don't know what to do.
Well, that's what happens when you play against True Neutral, right? I mean, anything that goes across your net, you kind of instinctively jump, because True Neutral is a team that 99 times out of 100, they're going to be right there for it. So it really does create a sense of urgency on defense, and that can make you prone to mistakes, and thankfully that hasn't happened yet for G2.
Oh, JNaps with the back post shot. AJG gets up in time, and Chad's not going to find it clear here. Again, slow momentum. He'll use all of his boost in a flip reset to get the ball into the back third, but Drees is there. No further field development, just gives the ball back to G2, and now happy to know that they've got Shad upfield, now to boost. A nice save from AJG. He's got to save your medal. We're only a minute and 15 into the game.
I mean, these shots from G2 are money makers, and that's another tough one, and he's still going to keep it out. I mean, what do you do when they're playing such stringent and difficult defense? I mean, hanging on for dear life and making it look good. Pass to Shad.
Oh, open net.
Just put it in the corner. Okay.
They cover it up from the corner, and we'll stay scoreless, but man, not for lack of trying on either side. AJG, 4 savior medals. Not even at halftime. Chicago puts this down. Raise ball. Oh dear, a series of misses from both sides. As neutral out here, JNaps really not sure what to do. He saw that the back pass would actually just turn into an upfield pass for True Neutral, so he just kind of hits his brakes and watches.
Oh, big miss.
Drees, massive air ball there. That's the second time we've seen Drees just kind of drive past a ball that he's got the free touch to.
That's always kind of an interesting thing to see how True Neutral likes to take those transitions as well when they get a free ball like that. And they do try and work a teammate into it one way or the other. Great pass. That one he reads is high. Great understanding from Shad. JNaps tries to chop it down, and that is picture-perfect placement.
Though the placement is excellent, I think the speed here really helps too. It's not super fast, but I don't know, like you could drop it slower. He didn't create any extra like upward velocity, right, to have the ball hang in the air. A little bit more hang there, the defender gets to it because it just plummets. It just drops like a rock. Shad can't get there.
And again, an early lead for G2. I think G2 scoring first is a big part of if they want to be successful, because now the pressure's off, and now they don't have to press and try and force something against True Neutral, because that's when True Neutral's speed and aggressiveness are going to catch you on a counterattack in a wicked way, one way or the other, if you're down one. Here you go, one-on-one, and it's going to work itself through. Razebull doesn't try and set it up for his teammate. AJG, unfortunately, no chances either.
It's one of those moments of, for any of us, that's the Raise Bull, he did exactly what the rest of us would do, but we expected, like, at this level of play, surely Raise Bull can get another touch on it that'll help them get the pass. But ultimately, the pinch will not aid them in their scoring efforts here. AJG, soft, neutralizes the ball. Raise Bull puts it into the corner. He's going to try and chase it down. He's got 2 G2 players in this corner here, and Chicago just puts the pressure on. He emerges with ball control. They didn't get any pressure out of the goal, and now they're up by 2.
Yeah, a couple of nice challenges. They stole the corner boost here, so that kind of limits the mobility, and Shad is rotating back into net, so he's too far away, and he kind of just has to just look at Chicago and make a soul read on where he's about to shoot it, and just couldn't figure it out in time.
The soul reads. If you're relying on a soul read, you better be praying.
Yeah.
Here's Drees with a flip reset to the corner. AJG gets himself a second savior medal on the game. And AJG and Raise Bull now to the sky. Looking for the flip reset. He finds the second touch. AJG bumps him high. Shad wants to go for it, but he can't. He sees Chicago already airborne. And now the transition play from G2. Looking for goal number 3.
What a demo.
And a demolition on a Shad in the upfield too. Chicago lofts it for JNaps. Here they come. They're looking for the corner boost. They've got everything working for him here. AJG gives Drees some space, but no. Drees will leave it for his teammates. Now Raze
Baking, yeah.
Only down by 2. Raze tries, but JNaps covers it up, saves it away. Drees now with the counterattack. Up to JNaps, onto the backboard, looking for the double, tapping in. JNaps makes it a 3-goal game.
And that is the thing about it, True Neutral. They'll try and work you back the other way, but if they don't convert, you've got to make the touch on defense. And Shad just a half step behind getting the boomer clear off that wall. And JNaps made him pay. You can put game 3 away.
That is 2 in a row now for G2. A best of 7, you got to win 4, so still a little distance to go. But G2 looking better and better as this series goes on. And while we've been complimenting the saves that we've been seeing out of True Neutral, you don't want to be making this many. You don't want to have to play this much in your box.
And it's good, too, as well, because that speed and aggressiveness from G2, that willingness to just jump at everything that floats on their own half and take it away from that True Neutral player is really preventing a lot of pressure. What is that?
That's Chicago in a cherry pick. He's low, goes up, picks up their corner boost, and JNaps finds him. Oh, such great placement and teamwork. Shad and AJG, they're thinking about offense. They're like, we got to move upfield, and then, I have to play defense again? Come on.
Genuine training pack shot right there from Chicago. That's you made that one look easy.
Well, just like we rehearsed, just like the simulations. JNaps back out again. 5 seconds left. This game was over a minute ago. And AJG will try to keep it alive for a moment longer, but it won't matter. G2, 2 games in a row, 2 away from a grand final appearance against NRG.
Well played, and a little more solid on defense from G2 as well, not letting True Neutral back into the game like they did in game 2 as well. So continuing that pressure, tightening up on defense, and now the pressure is really on True Neutral. You know you've had a couple of good pushes up the pitch, but if you don't convert it into a goal or even a shot, or honestly, True Neutral would be happy with just an extra look at it. I mean, G2 is doing such a nice job in breaking out of that orange half so quickly and not letting True Neutral continue to create chaos over on that orange side. And that breakup potential is a big credit to G2's defense and how they're stopping True Neutral from being efficient.
Yeah, no, I mean, the shots and saves tell the story here. G2 with only 4 saves and 14 shots to True Neutral's, I think it was 8 saves and 4 shots. So the shots really the big difference maker there. 14 G2 was able to put on target there and able to get it into the back of the net 4 times, completely shutting out True Neutral in that game. So, man, midfield is going to be an important differentiator here. We need to see True Neutral winning challenges, which requires a speed adjustment. But the problem is, we saw G2 getting outpaced by Ghost yesterday, and they were so good at adapting to that speed is what turned that series around for them here. So True Neutral, even if they were able to turn up the pace, G2's a step ahead of them, I feel like, in the speed department.
Yep, certainly in that regard. And that's what True Neutral are going to have to try and work on. Another tight save to kick off game 4. And we'll see if that defense from True Neutral can get that ball in their control a little more effectively past the Raze Bowl. That is dumped a little too far, though.
There's Shad taking a shot here. Raze Bowl, he was going to think about it, but no, he was actually falling back the whole time. Now Chicago advances up to JNaps. Oh, look at the passing. They get it through 1. But Shad now back out to Raze Bowl. Counterattack for True Neutral. Try to drop it back to teammate. Shad onto the backboard looking for the double tap. And in Shad, it's a beauty for goal number 1.
Now, hang on. I got to try and figure out if Drees didn't catch this or not, but one way or the other, I mean, Shad, he absolutely raced him to that spot, and boy, did he make him pay with a quality angle. Drees was never going to make it. He was close, but ooh, what a shot.
Ooh, what a play. Shad, yeah, not missing. Man, if you can make your shots work, if you can hit them on target every time like that, you don't need a lot of pressure. You just maximum efficiency is great. 4 shots is enough for 4 goals. What a banger from Shad to open up this game.
Smash it towards the wall and just, figure out how to orient your car to absolutely spike it into the net. It's easy.
This is not a hard game. Just score.
Oh, got him. Oh, what a pass. Ooh.
Drees with the monster clear. Raze Bowl will have it first. And counters. JNaps now to the far side of the field. Shad with an interception. Chicago's up for it. And he gets it back to his teammates. Oh, G2 gonna get 3 touches in a row. Nice shot, Raise Bull. Gets the save off the goal line.
That quick transition as well to catch it in the corner and not letting G2 try and close the gap and keep it in the blue half is great. That challenge game still favoring G2. G2 in general is holding a lot more pressure just because they control the boost a little bit better. I mean, I feel like the efficiency and usage of boost by True Neutral is great, but just the raw amount of it that G2 has access to is so overwhelming.
AJG effectively passing to G2 as he was trying to hold on to control on his backboard and then failed to touch. G2 now keeping pressure. The ball has been in the blue half for so long as Chicago's airborne looking for a tap. A pass in the midfield. JNaps, what a turn. Keeps this one just high. Shad and AJG both out. They'll neutralize the challenge, and though Shad passes it up to midfield. But, oh man, somehow AJG gets back for that one. They'll put some pressure on the goal, but nothing JNaps can't handle. Now True Neutral starting to hold down the midfield a little bit better here. Get some opportunities.
Yeah, JNaps saw that one coming. He remembered Shad scored that earlier, so he got it up the wall early.
Nice placement from AJG, but JNaps will get the save retreating back. Chicago gets bumped off the ball. And now Raise Bull on the outside. JNaps plays on the wall. Dries takes a shot. Raise Bull's got to get up in time, and he makes the save. Follow-up from AJG will break up the alley-oops. Or the rebound, I think is the word I'm looking for. Here's JNaps. Keeping the pressure on Dries with an uncontested touch. Oh, and he puts it into the defenders. Shad makes the stop.
A True Neutral defense really getting stretched side to side here. It's fighting for possession and boost, and finally they're going to crack. They just don't have enough in the tank to go out and challenge someone or get across the goal line. Great pressure build-up from G2.
Dries loaded a supersonic bullet in the chamber and fired 122 kilometers, 76 miles per hour. Oh, absolute heater to tie the game. Because they're looking for match point here. G2, another goal, and then a burning of the clock. Puts them 1 win away from the finals. This one over the head. Raise Bull chases. He's got AJJ in the midfield, looking to regain the lead. They've eliminated Dries. Oh, and the counters come through. JNaps makes the save, retreating on the third man, but here's follow-up from Shad. JNaps comes back out. Shad takes his time, and Chicago takes it away from him. They put it on target. AJJ makes the stop on the goal line, slams on his brakes, and builds a wall. He's got Shad there, but Dries will take it away from him. And a soft touch on the top. Chicago to drop it. Oh, what a goal. G2's back on top.
Gorgeous understanding. I mean, Chicago just circling around, stealing boost, and he's just kind of thinking, well, maybe Dries wins that. And he was right. Allows him to beat the defense coming back across the net. What an aggressive turnaround from Chicago. I guess it makes sense, though. He knows JNaps is back. He knows he can afford to take a risk. JNaps is a great defender.
Chicago looking for another one. Trying to find security here in game 4. Back across. JNaps puts it high. Shad to Chicago. To the side. Chicago looking for Raise Bull. Raise Bull will jump over him. Now Dries into the corner. Dries to Raise Bull. And now taking it out of his corner. 37 seconds left. G2 controlling the ball. Not necessarily, I mean, obviously looking for goals, but not particularly the most important thing. They didn't play defense, though. What happened? The defense got super loose, and Shad ties the game.
Yeah, Chicago got bumped. He absolutely got smacked into the back of his own net, and surprise, that shot all the way to the back post right when Chicago recovers. I mean, he didn't have a good line to take towards it. He was kind of just hoping he caught it, on the bounce down. Fortunately, no touch, and huge equalizer from True Neutral.
Huge. And what feels like a must-win game, though we did just watch a team drop a 3-1 lead, so who knows?
Anything's possible today.
Anything. I mean, it's Halloween, man. Here's Dries. Placed into the back post. 5 seconds left. JNaps up against AJG. Last attempt here in regulation. Overtime glistening on the horizon, and they'll just put it into the ground. We'll go there now.
All right, consider that very lucky that ball bounced at 0 seconds. If that one went up, I would have started to hold my breath a little bit if you're a G2 fan. True Neutral was raring to go there, finally.
Oh, Chicago, under 1, onto the backboard. AJG's up for it, but Dries covers him up. They haven't touched the ball yet. JNaps wins another. Raise Bull's got to flick it away, and he can. Oh, G2 win 3 challenges in a row, and it's all they need.
Look at Drees again, racing true neutral with the ball, and Chad, he goes, yeah, JNaps is trying to smash this. And JNaps is like, no, I actually jumped really bad.
Man.
No one makes contact, and Razebull is just like, oh, someone's right behind me. I have to try and clear it.
Yeah,
it goes into his own net.
I'm pretty sure Razebull's the only true neutral player that touched the ball on that drive. That's a rough one. And G2 now, with 3 games under their belt, 1 away from G2 versus NRG. Truly the El Clasico of the North American region as far as organizations are concerned. G2 and NRG have been back when there was the big 3. They were the original big 2. So I'm really excited to see a chance of these 2 teams going at each other in the finals again.
Yeah, that one should be good, but like
we're not
you
there
said,
yet.
we've already had a 3-1 throw today. We are not out of the woods yet, but you have to be honest. These past 3 games from G2 have looked copy-paste. I mean, it's been challenge, box true neutral in. You make a couple of good defensive sequences when true neutral finally breaks out, because obviously you can't play defense for offense for 5 minutes straight. You eventually got to get ground sometime. And G2 is absolutely locked down. I mean, that speed that they're outpacing true neutral to some of those big challenges is critical. And it's been that way for 15 minutes now.
Well, true neutral with their work cut out for them. Shad scoring some heaters is not going to be enough. They will have to find a way to get off to relieve this pressure from G2.
Yep.
Which the demo game is a helpful way to do that. If Razebull and the company can start to find a little bit more physicality, especially in G2's half.
And if they can help it, I'd like to see true neutral try and not just bomb it as hard as they can.
Yeah,
that likes to play. Like here, this touch from AJG, even that one is still a little heavy. He's gonna score, but that definitely gave the defender a chance at it. I mean, he just caught it so
I see what you mean. Yeah,
Drees just overdid it.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's but the demolition though, to open up the gate and then saying, all right, let's play it soft underneath. It is a good adjustment. You're 100% right though, that there's been a lot of, okay, hit the ball as hard as we can, and G2 saying thank you, because now we have players upfield to work with and you don't. Yeah. So we're gonna just counter boom it, and this is much better for us.
That's tough. I mean, control when the ball is moving as fast as it is an incredibly difficult ask. It's no easy feat to do it. Shad is going to exercise his right to score here, and a beautiful goal.
This one is pretty. 2 defenders up for, but Shad beat him to the ball. He gets the shot before either of the defenders could get there. And now up by 2. This is the best start we've seen from True Neutral. True Neutral actually has scored first in many of these games, and then dropped that lead to G2. But getting up by 2 here. A nice start here. Dree's going to try and change it off the post. Follow up. No! They redirect to the outside. JNaps now going to try and reach it. Puts it back to the midfield. Chicago back to JNaps. The placement, but AJG flips off the post and stops it.
That's been the other part of True Neutral's game. They've played a lot of defense, but boy, have they made it look real good in some tough situations. Huge save after huge save with some difficult shots coming their way. Another one here, Chicago aiming top right. Overcooked it. Right back the other way. And Razebull. Oh, so close, but Drees, what a rocket.
Oh, it's like a ship at sea in a storm. They're getting yanked back and forth, left and right. Razebull's trying to block the balls. It's rotating clockwise, and then suddenly it's going counterclockwise. And it's just so difficult to maintain momentum in that situation. G2 back on the board. We'll see. Can they cut down this lead? AJG now looking to extend it back. Nice pass out to Razebull, and he finds him. Oh, but they block him. Drees gets this block on the goal line, and then Chicago's not able to block Shad. Put it on the backboard once more. Razebull up against JNaps. JNaps gets it across, and AJG now up against Drees. Drees wins the challenge. To the backboard. Shad away.
Is that boost steal and the pressure on the net as well, opening up extra doors for G2.
Awkward flip. AJG expected the shot and just froze in place. Hung in the air, just hoping to block as much of the net as he could. Lucky for him, the shot didn't come through.
See there. Why would you bomb that away? It's
oh, and then Drees. I mean, there was a moment where G2 actually gave them like, all right, maybe this boom will work, but then no, shutting them down. It is a lot of just clear the ball as hard as you can, regardless of where your teammates are and whether it's actually going to develop your field position at all.
That's the thing that True Neutral needs most is field position. They need to find a way to equalize G2, force them away from their own corner boost, because it's been a battle all series long for True Neutral to even just have boost on defense. And Drees is going to feed Chicago. They're going to toast the goalie.
Oh, again, Chicago to Drees, back to Chicago, the 1-2-1s. And this is the difference. The initial touch, Chicago got that ball because of a pass from True Neutral into the midfield that skipped off. The player in the midfield who received the pass just put the ball to a corner. He said, okay, this is the corner I can't put it to with the most speed. It's not going to be the best place for it, but it's the place that can go the fastest. And that's where Chicago was. And then Chicago and Drees are like, all right, we ready? We're going to do this again. Here we are. We're going to pass up to you. You're going to pass back down to me. Like, there's so much more intentionality with where the ball is going from G2 right now.
That is a tough thing to overcome, that initial instinct to boom it as hard as you can. This time it'll work out to at least push G2 away, but Drees, clean scoop out of his corner, and here's the big test. Can you hold it firm on your defensive line as True Neutral? Can you keep G2 from cannibalizing your corner boost?
They get a save on the goal line, but the follow from Chicago is going to be good. 3-2, G2's back in the lead. The bumps on the goal line helping pave the way.
And then there's JNAPS forcing two people to freeze, and unlucky for AJG, he almost gets back to that. I mean, he's right there. If that shot wasn't posted so high into the corner, he might have actually been in position on the recovery on the wall.
Shad, with his work cut out for him. We've seen him hit heaters before. And True Neutral starting off with some control. Some one challenges in the orange. Drees now to an empty corner. And he chases it down himself now, out of boost. He's going to have to fall back. JNAP's up to challenge. Raise ball. He's going to miss. And they all miss. Shad with a free shot. Drees tries to get back in time, but no! True Neutral equalize.
And there it is, that late flip reset. Raise ball. I mean, he had to chase that one down, and he got the flip reset right before he wasn't going to have a window, and he beats one man, and G2 can't stop the bullet.
It's funny that play also started with G2 just yeeting the ball to a corner and saying, we don't want control, you can have it back. And True Neutral found a way to string it together. Big misses. Chicago onto the backboard. There's not going to be much of a follow-up here. Drees is going to try, but he's coming from this corner with no boost and no speed. JNAP's hunkering down to the third man, says, all right, let's not lose on free goals like we lost a few games yesterday. They put one to the corner. Here's Shad with race ball in the midfield. He goes for the pass. But the block, Chicago just covers him up.
Great awareness from Chicago. That was a huge stop. It's real easy to get scared there in the net and just hold your ground, but you see that pass across, you instantly go and cut out where you think the man is, and great awareness.
Final minute of Game 5. G2 looking for one more goal to play in the finals. True Neutral trying to just get 2 more wins. A longer road for them.
Ooh, okay.
Shams to the outside, Chicago. Into this corner. 36 seconds left. Drees tries to follow this, sets it up to Chicago on the side. Chicago might be passing to himself here. Raise Bull soft touch might not be enough. It's going to go back to Drees as he flies to the midfield with all the space in the world. Raise Bull an interception. But again, he's only doing enough to negate the motion from G2. He's not developing the play for True Neutral in that moment. And the pass back in, here's Drees. The bump, and it's in. 10 seconds left, 11 left on the clock, and G2's got the lead.
AJG, I think he 100% lost track of where JNAPS was. He saw him up on the ceiling for a brief second, and then his team starts moving up the pitch, and so he's like, okay, we're going on offense for the final 10 seconds. G2 wins the ball right back, and AJG goes, I guess I'm playing one-on-one shadow defense, and then pop, right in the back. G2, huge takeaway.
6 seconds left, though. True Neutral have to score. It's out to AJG's behind both the players. Shadow pop it. AJG's got to get a really awkward read, and he's got one into the corner. But now Shad must find Raise Bull. Back to Raise Bull. He's got the dribble. Flicks JNAPS, and Chicago's up to try and kill it. Off the corner. JNAPS is loose in the goal. It's on target. It's off the post and out. Oh, such a rough way to go. But G2 will take the win and advance to the finals.
Oof. Oh, man, Chicago, he let out a big sigh of relief right there at the end. I mean, I would too if I absolutely had what I thought was a dead sure kill on the ball, and then just skips out into the middle like that.
Yeah.
G2, man. 4 straight. And boy, they put True Neutral through their paces. True Neutral honestly played a phenomenal defensive game. The only problem was is too much defense. You can't stop everything. And honestly, that was all the time that True Neutral got scored on, really, was they make good stops, they make decent enough clears, but eventually it just lasted too long and they just got exhausted with all this left and right, back and forth, and they eventually just couldn't keep up with a strong shot.
Man, it was... I love the showing from both sides. There was so many good moments from True Neutral in that series, but you just cannot get past that overwhelming onslaught, the barrage from G2 here. Again, outshot 12-8 in the final game. And this was probably the most shots we had seen from True Neutral in a game. So that one going to be going to G2. Congratulations, or good luck to True Neutral in the future events. We'll see them again later on. But the El Clasico, the great match of North America coming up after this. We've got G2 taking on NRG in the grand finals. Don't go anywhere.